Welcome back to Dry Hollow Homestead. My name is Danielle, and I'm going to try to bring you along in a pretty normal day. Good morning. Just came back in from milking the cow, straining off the milk. I'm going to get it in the freezer. I think I got a good 3 gallons. And I have 6 gallons in the fridge, so I need to start cheese. This is a normal day. This is what happens on a normal day. But today is Saturday again. It works better for me to do a day in life on Saturdays because we are not doing school on Saturdays, so my kids are, they are free to play tablets only on Saturday and in the evening on Sunday, so they take full advantage of that, and they wake up early and they play all day. Not saying that we have it all figured out, that's for sure, but that gives me a chance to film in somewhat of a quiet house. So that is the plan so far. I've already milked, had my coffee, obviously, or you wouldn't be hearing me speak. And then we've got to start Asiago. I have a whole half a gallon of cream that I'm going to make into butter this morning. I made butter yesterday, and I still have just washed the dishes last night and hadn't even put my Bosch mixer away. So I guess the benefit of going to bed without putting your dishes away is you do not have to get it out again. So we will do that. Butter, Asiago, and I think I might show you my milk kefir finally today. We make smoothies, whoa, that's almost full. Every day with milk kefir, and I still hadn't showed you. And sometime today we're going to get this put together a little bit better, but we're not there yet. So I'll try to bring you along. We'll see how this works. Okay, this morning's milk. You came along with me. It's actually 3 gallons and 1 pint. So I always just put it in the freezer for an hour. I've never not done that. I don't know if it's a big deal that if you don't, but supposedly it makes it stay fresh longer, which I never really have to deal with because my fridge is so small. Once I get about 6-7 gallons, I have to make cheese. And my pot fits 6 gallons, so it works out really well. And if I didn't have a backup fridge, and yeah, I know, we're going to address this. We're going to deal with this. I know, she really likes the little tiny pint. She thinks it's so cute. She'll drink that one, maybe. What do you think? Should you drink that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. We drink it sometimes warm out of the teat. We will go out with our mugs with a little bit of cinnamon and maple syrup in the bottom and squirt straight into it. It's like a little cinnamon latte, we call it. Delicious. Set a timer for 1 hour on my watch, which was charging. So I'm going to put that on, and then we are going to start the cheese next. So I've got to get the milk out. Asiago is actually skimmed milk, so we're going to take most of the heavy cream off of that before we make it. So that's a good one. I actually have a special request for this Asiago, so this is actually not for us, it's for a different family. So this is actually my cream, and I had taken it off of gallons. I had skimmed the cream off yesterday. It is good to let the cream from different gallons marry together for at least overnight, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it on the counter so it's warming up to about 60-65 degrees. That's when it turns into butter the best. So that will be dealt with later, just a little bit later. And then we're going to need to go ahead and get another ½ gallon. I've already got a gallon and a half in here, so plus this, be right at 6 gallons. But I need, coffee is starting to kick in. I need to get the cream off of these gallons before I put it in for Asiago.
Do you see my phone?
Okay. Yes. I see your phone. Alright, this is what it looks like when you pull the cream off. It's very heavy, it's very thick. That's what we want in our cream jar, and not in our Asiago. It's a very complicated jar here. Wobbling. I always look at this. Alright. I'm going to do that with all these gallons, and then I'm going to wash all these containers. And for the butter, oh my gosh, I'm going to wash all these, and then they're green. So, it's easy. And then eventually, I'm going to take a shower. I really like these containers. They're easy for the kids to carry, which whenever you're using glass can be a little bit complicated for little hands, but they are more expensive. They're about $16 a piece, so we don't really give milk away in these because they're a lot more expensive, but they have this little lid on and has a spout to pour, so we really enjoy those. I have these linked in my shop my kitchen in the bottom in the description box. I really like Asiago because it's simple to make. It really is probably one of the most simple because you don't have to cut the curds. It's not nearly as perfectionist. My OCD doesn't really kick in so bad on that one because you whisk the curds. Because you use the skimmed milk, it's really great if you are milk sharing, which we are not doing right now. We have weaned her. She's actually been, our calf has been a little too rough on our milk cow now. Sadie is 6 months old, so she's definitely big enough to be weaned. She's huge. She's beautiful, but she needs to stop, and she has now. So we milk twice a day because of that. Nobody else is getting any milk. None of the, no calves or anything are on her, so we have to milk twice a day. And that's giving me between, like, I always get 3 in the morning. She always has more milk in the morning, less cream. So I always get 3 in the morning, and then usually 2 to 2.5, 2.25 gallons in the evening. So between 5. Sometimes I'll get 3, but not quite, usually not quite 3 gallons in the evening. So between 5 and 5.5 gallons a day. But a lot more cream because of that. So, but when you are calf sharing with a cow, you will not get much cream because she'll hold back. She'll hold back so that she can give her milk to her calf. And what she holds back is her cream, because the cream comes to the top of your jars. Cream comes to the top of the udders. So you don't get nearly, like not even, you get 3 times the cream whenever you do not have a calf sharing with your milk cow. So this is a great cheese to make if you are milk sharing and or calf sharing and you don't have a large cream line, but we do right now. This was actually just on 6 gallons, but we had already taken cream off the very tip top of all these gallons before. So I'm going to let this sit here and let this drain down and then stick that in the fridge. It is good if you want to make butter, which is what I'm going to probably do with this, to let this marinate for 24 hours before you turn it into butter. That just helps it turn butter. So here we go. I don't know how much milk this is. I'm going to say right at about 5.5 gallons. I can fit 6.5 gallons in there. Yeah, I would say 5.5. So that's going to be a good Asiago. So we're going to go ahead and start our butter in this Bosch mixer. Our Asiago, I have this handy dandy notebook. That is stupid. Okay, so we need to heat it to 85. We have to heat this milk up to 85-90 degrees. We're at 55, so we've had a lot of time. We've only been turning it up to a little bit higher. I'm back. Okay, we're going to make butter now. We're going to stick our almost, I don't know, it's probably about 50 degrees, that's fine, in our Bosch mixer. Block it with my head. And I'm going to let that drain down for a few minutes. We have to heat this milk up to 85-90 degrees, so we're still fine on this. And I need to go, I've got somebody vacuuming. Okay, so that's where we're at. The kitchen looks so much better. I don't, but we will get there eventually. Okay, butter is done. I need to get all the buttermilk off. That's going to take a little bit. So I'm going to go jump in the shower while this milk is still warming up because your girl needs it. Yeah. Like, I need to do one of those really cool things. It's like before and then like after. It's not quite that fast, but the before. I have too much fun with video camera. I don't think anybody should give me a camera. Yeah. I use vitamin C from plant therapy with hyaluronic acid on my face quite often. I like it. I definitely have lots of age spots and sunspots and stuff, so I'm just doing anything I can to help the issue. And I kind of just dab it in because that's what it says to do. This is the month of November, and it's only like the 4th day of November. I'm look at my watch and find out. So each month I try to do this. I don't always, but it feels fresh and brand new. And I like to challenge myself to different things because I think it's good to have discipline. And sometimes I get off the train with discipline. So for this month of November, on the 1st, I set just a couple goals for the whole month, and it helps me so much because I do not like to break a chain. So I do not like to do 4 days and then accidentally go off a day. So I'm very strict, like to myself, challenge myself like that. So I started on November 1st to read my Bible every morning. I'd love to say that I do that every single morning all year round, but it doesn't always happen, and that's my #1 challenge, is to do that. Read my Bible, spend some time with Jesus, and pray every morning. So that I've been doing fine, and also to do yoga. Yoga is one of my favorite exercises. I love it. It makes me feel like I've got so much more energy throughout the day and just more peace. It helps with anxiety, which is something I think a lot of us struggle with, but I definitely do. I'm not some kind of superhuman person that never struggles with that. Yeah, I've got my makeup over here. I like a little turny thing. I'll show you. It's all my makeup. I don't do a whole lot, but my earphone keeps coming out because it's wet, because my ear's wet. I don't do a ton of makeup. I hardly ever do it like on a regular basis, but as I am aging, I'm finding out more times than not, I feel so much more confident with it. So I do yoga, Bible prayer, yoga, and then I have been eating low carb, no sugar for the past, whatever, I think today might be November 4th, 5th, something like that. I'll tell you when I go downstairs. My watch is on charge. And that is a personal thing with nutrition. I feel so much better if I don't eat carbs. Even healthy carbs, I will throw them in every now and then, more like a Trim Healthy Mama thing. So high fat, low carb, or very good healthy carb like sweet potatoes, or a grain that has been soured like sourdough, or has fermented. I'm really strange like that, so maybe you should know what you're getting into here. I will do that, and a low fat. But I'm not, fat is so important to your body, to your whole brain, and healthy fats, not canola oil and margarine and any, no, not that. Avocado oil, coconut oil, butter, raw butter that I have from my farm. All these things, they're so good for your health, and good healthy fats. But I had been you know, I told you a little bit. We had some things going on health-wise with my family, so I took it out on just eating whatever crap I wanted to, and, you know, ate my feelings a little bit, and I was feeling so slow and so unmotivated and grumpy and tired, and I know that I can serve my family better if I take control of myself and my diet and how I eat. It's not about weight loss. We don't even have a scale. I don't even know what I weigh, but I know what I feel like, and I knew I needed to address. I didn't want to keep feeling crappy. But, so my daughter is 4.5 years old now, probably 4.5, whatever. And I've been on and off keto, mostly on keto, or like low carb, trim healthy mama, like pretty sugar-free for the majority of her life. So she was probably like 3 months, and when I was in the hospital, okay, that's a whole story. Maybe I'll tell you that while we fold clothes, because I can't just stand here and do nothing. And I need to go get my contacts in, and we have yoga. We have to do yoga, contacts, fold clothes, cheese. I would like to clean the bathroom today. And I would also like to clean out the garden bed, because it's beautiful today, and it's November. Everything is mostly dead. We have some kale and small things in there, but I want to clean it out, get it ready, and refresh it. So I'll give you a story sometime about why I'm so strict on keto, and it's not just keto, it's just health and empty carbs and sugar. Carbs turn into sugar in your bloodstream, so carbs too. We're talking about all carbs. They turn to sugar in your bloodstream. And I'm pretty strict about that because I have had issues. And I'll tell you my issues. Yeah, 35, probably 120 pounds, mostly between 110 and 120. And I have been borderline diabetic for years. And I have to be very careful. And my health is so important, because my health affects the people around me. My family can't function without their mother taking care of them, and it's very important. All right, real quick, we're going to add our yogurt culture. This was in the fridge. I don't know how long it was. It's been in there. I didn't date it. You should always date things, but it smells fine. I gave it a good shake, and it smells delicious. Well, I don't want to just drink it, but it smells good. It doesn't smell like yucky. So I'm going to guesstimate a cup of this in this 5 gallons. If you haven't noticed, I'm not real particular on exactness, and that's what just works with me, but I'll try to put the description in the description box, my recipe that I have a whole video on this. Maybe I can link it up in the show notes. I'm not on a podcast. In the description box, or in the cards. I can put that up in the cards if you want to know the exact details of this. I'm just trying to give you the idea of what I actually do in a day. So the culture is in there now. We stirred it up and down, and we are going to get my handy dandy notebook and see 45 to 60 minutes. I'm going to set my timer and go get something else done. Actually, I'm going to set that timer, and we're going to do this butter.
Just finished the yoga and I'm worn out. I used to do yoga every day for like out of the whole year. I've probably done yoga daily for about 6 months of the whole year. This is the 11th month, but I got out of it for the past like 2 months, so I'm feeling it. But I love the way I feel much stronger. This is 1/4 cup of water roundabout with animal rennet, a teaspoon of animal rennet. I'm going to put that in. My timer was going off while we were finishing. You and I were doing it. We were doing yoga together. And so now I'm going to put this in. I'm going to stick that in the sink. That heat we turn off once we got to 90 degrees. Or not 90, it's 85. Between 85 and 90. And now I'm putting the rennet in. And we're going to we're going to let this sit for another 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to probably put a timer on for 50 minutes because I probably am going to finally put my contacts in, maybe go find my mascara, and maybe do my hair and fold clothes. That is the plan. While this is going off, it kind of looks really dreary outside right now. So I might not get outside to do the garden beds. I might not do that. So I'm setting a timer on my watch because I'm not going to be close to the stove, so I might not hear it go off. Okay, let's go fold clothes and get this together. Oh, I gotta clean this back up. Okay. Proof that I'm folding clothes. This is like the 3rd basket of clothes. I'll be here a little longer.
See, that's a good point, Chester.
Check for a clean break. It's good. I need to whisk all these curds together.
What'd you say?
So whisk them. Do like the top layer. And then I go down a little deeper. Deeper. And down to the bottom. And then we're going to let them set for 5 minutes before we start eating process. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. It's time to actually sit and stir these curds. I have a little cheat sheet here. We're going to stir for 20 minutes on medium-low, reaching the temperature of 105. Okay, I'll see you back in a little bit. Okay, finished that 20 minutes of stirring, and now we set another timer for 20 minutes. Let it sit for 20 minutes. So right now, I am going to go fold up more clothes. I don't think I'm going to go outside. I don't feel like cleaning the bathroom. It's only like 4 o'clock now. I don't know. I can't tell. I can look at my watch. Yep, it's 4:21. So by the time I get this cheese completely finished, it'll be time for me to go out and milk again. So this is how it goes. I have big plans and then reality sets in. Got a little one doing yoga back there. That's cute. So yeah, I'm gonna go fold some more clothes. I'll bring you along when I'm done with this cheese. We'll go milk and I'm gonna say goodnight. No food involved today, just lots of prep. I've eaten, but I haven't brought you along for any yet.
It's the rat's turn. The rat turns around and attacks Josiah. Chester.
What?
Missing. He attacks again.
Hits. Miss.
Misses.
Yes. How does he
Misses again.
How does he get?
Josiah, it's your turn. You can walk up and stab him with your trident.
Well, yeah, well. I'm walking up and stabbing him with hit him in the face.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
You guys are that. You guys are still with the mice. I hit him with my trident.
Alright, roll. You can always.
On my way out to milk. It's November 5th today. I've still got couple beautiful roses. Blowing in the wind, and there's some white roses over there. I think this is the Olivia Austin rose. There's another bud. Alright, back to It's absolutely gorgeous outside. I thought it was going to be a little chillier because it looks so gloomy out here, but it's beautiful. I did cut my finger though. I cut my... Pity me. I cut my finger on the nail somewhere on my stanchion. I think it was maybe even on my stool. Milking stool. So, next up, we take this milk in and we strain it and we find food for our family. And that's a long day. I also got hair. I got hay in places I don't want hay. It's on my shirt. It's everywhere. Fun. So I'm taking this back in now. I just kind of want to stay outside and soak up this warmth. It's just beautiful. The breeze. Yeah, it's beautiful. My cow's finishing up her hay. I'll give her her grain. She's so much more well behaved. And I don't give her grain while we are milking, so That's worked out really well. I might not take you guys back in because we got probably about 2 gallons. You know the whole drill. I'm gonna strain it off, put it in the freezer for an hour. I'm going to probably make quick pizzas for my kids with the sourdough pizza crust and stuff. I'll probably put a card up here on how quick I make that. Whoa. I will flip that Asiago, flip it and reverse it, and press it on hard overnight. And that is going to be air dried. No, it's going to go into the salt brine tomorrow. So I also need to get that salt brine out of the fridge and set it out to get to room temperature overnight. So thank you for coming along. This seems so scattered, but man, when you're a homesteader and you're taking care of a family, you are all over the place. You're doing lots of tasks. We always talk about the rubber balls and the glass balls. Which ones are actually going to bounce if you drop them and which ones are just going to break. And I try to keep that in mind and get as much stuff done in a day as I can. So God bless. I hope I encourage you that if things don't look perfect, in your home, that you can still do great things and serve your family so well. And God bless. Talk to me in the comments below. I speak Jesus over you, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.